Just the Luka the dice. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Just the Luka the Dice. Today we play Age of Sigmar, and today by we, I mean Davidwhite and myself. First time I've actually played you, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, and you know what, if it's not true and I forgot, well, I'm an awful person.
It wasn't very memorable.
That too. We're doing 2,000 points Soulblight with some allies against Fyreslayers. What lodge was it again?
A Hamda.
Hamda?
Hamda.
Hamda. So Fyreslayers, I haven't fought them in a couple of months, at least since Matthew's been playing them. So see how they are again. I know there's not a lot of Hearthguard Berserkers, which is always nice because those are really, really rough. It's just 10.
There's only 10.
We got some Volkite Berserkers, right? Yeah, I love the Volkite Berserkers. We got a nice table set up for you guys in this game. We're going to do one of the random new 12 scenarios. We'll avoid the core rulebook ones for now. They're fine, but I want to play the newer ones, even though they're very similar, just different layouts. Anyways, I digress. Let's get to the armies. Let's get to the game. And if you want to come by like Davidwhite, who lives really close, and play some games with us, all you have to do is go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge. Or if you're close enough, just walk in and say, hey, I want to play a game. Something like that. It probably won't work as much. You have to get the rep that Davidwhite has.
Yeah, I got 5-star armor.
Here we have my Soulblight force. Again, thank you Games Workshop for making Vargeist battle line again. I was struggling. I did miss these forces. I am playing them as the Swift Death because I've grown accustomed to that one and I'm a big fan of that one. That gives all of my Soulblight units +2 movement characteristic and the fly rule. Even though most of my forces already fly, that really only affects the Blood Knights and the old Manfred model in the back there, the Vampire Lord on Nightmare. Though the +2 movement is a pretty big deal as well. Leading this force will be a Vampire Lord atop a Zombie Dragon. He will have the Lance Shield and Blood Chalice. He is going to have the Mist Form command trait. This one allows him to retreat and still charge in the same turn, so it gives him a very high mobility. Now that he has a 16, I believe it's a 16-inch movement with the increased movement characteristic. His artifact will be the Sakharan Goblet. This allows him to give himself +1 to hit and to wound with his melee weapon, the lance there. And if he fails to do any damage, not kill anything, but just fails to do damage, then he will suffer D3 more wounds as it demands blood from somewhere. And his Lore of the Vampire spell, because I am Soulblight, I can take Lore of the Vampires, it will be a Vile Transference for a little bit more survivability. And an output for some damage as well. Second leader in this force will be a Coven Throne with the spell Spirit Gale. I like the Coven Throne because it's got a good command ability. Beguile is a pretty powerful spell as well. All around it's just okay at damage, it doesn't have a great durability, but Beguile and the command ability I find are quite good. Whipping out the old Manfred von Karstein model here atop his Nightmare. I'm going to be using him as a Vampire Lord on a Nightmare. If you guys hate it, let me know. I'll swap it out to the other Vampire Lord on Nightmare we have. This is one of my old favorite models from me back in the day. He will know Amaranthine Orb as his power, or his spell. And for battle line, I got 4 choices. I got 2 squads of Blood Knights with their full command. They got the Music Man and the Banner Waver dude. And over here we've got Vargeist with the Vargoyles out front. Vargeist going down in points a little bit. Still pretty effective in combat, liking their potential as battle line even. And lastly, I really missed bringing ye old 60 zombies and the corpse cart. Now, in this force, because they're allies, they won't get the Deathless Minions trait at all. They will be benefiting from Deathly Invocation, but I only have 2 characters with it. So I didn't want to, well, I can't bring the Necromancer and the 60 zombies because that goes over my alliance limit. And they're not Soulblight, so I can't just bring them part of the force. Now, I know I could be playing Legion of Blood, and they'd be able to fit in, but then my Blood Knights and my Vargeist aren't battle line, and then I'd still need 2 other units of battle line, which would be 2 units of dogs. And I really like the command traits and the relics. I like the Sakharan Goblet. I like the command trait. I just like the Bloodline. I like the movement from the Bloodline as well. So that's why I chose this as an allied detachment. I wanted a meaty frontline force that could maybe hold the line. I doubt they will, because of the Fyreslayers' capability of dealing out damage now. We'll see how long they last. And thank you to Apocalypse, its release, because it gave me all of these 25mm movement trays. So I don't have to individually move 60 models every movement phase, every time I charge, every time I pile in. That sounds awful. And the corpse card here to assist the zombies, it will also have a Unholy Lodestone. I think it technically had the brazier on it before, but it broke off. So I can use this excuse to say it's got the lodestone instead. That will allow me to reroll the Deathly Invocation rolls on the zombies, as well as giving my wizards +1 of their casting rolls if they're nearby it, though I don't think that'll be the case for the most part. Okay, here are the Fyreslayers from Davidwhite at 2,000, or is it 1980 points?
It's 1980
Ooh,
points.
you get a triumph.
Woo!
Ooh. I forgot to mention, I spent 50 points on my one command point I'm allowed to buy, just because I didn't feel like buying anything else. Definitely not the Purple Sun of Shaiish Davidwhite, so go ahead and tell the people what you got for your army.
Okay. Okay, so I have a Rune Father on a Magmadroth. He has the Warrior Indomitant command trait because I'm Hermdar, and his mount trait is the Lava Tongue Adult, and he's also the General. Next to him, I have the Auric Rune Smiter, he is also on a Magmadroth. His prayer is Searing Heat. His mount trait, because I have a Wall Scroll Battalion, which I get to at the end, is the Ash Horn Ancient, and his artifact power is the Ash Cloud Rune.
Oh my goodness.
And then my other heroes, over here, I have the Auric Rune Master with the Prayer of Ash. I have a Battlesmith, and then he's not a hero, but I have a Grimwrath Berserker, and he has the artifact from Hermdar, which is the Tyrant Slayer.
He's a hero, but not a leader?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, yes, he's still, yeah. You know what he is.
Yeah.
And then I have 10 Hearthguard Berserkers with the broad axes, I think they are. And
yeah.
that with the heroes makes the Laws of the Lodge. And then I have 2 units of Volkai Berserkers for my other battle line, which one is 2 axes, one is pick and shield. And then I have the Zargron Flame Spitter, Endless Prayer, although it's not called that. We'll call it, it's the real name, which is Magma Invocation. And I have my obligatory amazing little forge, which is the best piece of scenery GW's ever made.
Are you a big fan of the Dwarven Forge then?
The only dwarf scenery?
Yeah, I guess so.
The best thing
Wait,
ever.
are you a fan of dwarves?
Yeah.
Are they your favorite thing?
Like, by a gigantic margin.
Oh, wow. You must have been very happy when this Fyreslayer book came out then. Yes. Yes, did you own them before they came out?
I did.
You just never really played them that much?
I think I played them. I think I played against Josh once with them, so I just don't play them very much. But before, I came back here, I couldn't play that much.
Right, that's
anyway.
fair. Yeah, you're kind of busy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, neat. That's a pretty good force. I am a huge fan of large squads of Volkai Berserkers. Are they 30 mans?
No, they are 20 man.
That's still 40 wounds per unit, though.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, let's go take a look at the table we set up. I think you'll like it, and we'll then roll a scenario. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and roll as Triumph now. It's a new D6 table. Huh,
I got 5. See, you read that so quickly. My point is proven.
So he really wants to use his dice, and they're not bad. You can kind of tell what's going on. Obviously, the skulls are 1s, and these are 6s. And the only issue is it's hard to immediately tell what things are. But you know what? If you really want to,
No, I don't. I want it to be clear for everybody. But everybody in the comments say you should actually comment whether or not that they're clear or not. There you go.
Yeah, you know what? Leave a comment down below how you feel about these dice. I think they're pretty clear. The problem is it takes a little bit longer to count out what is what. That's not a big deal. They're not glary either, which is the most important part.
Yes.
It's very clear looking at the screen here what is here. So obviously 1s, 6s. I like these dice, but they might be too risky to use. So if you like them, leave a comment below, and that will leave Davidwhite free to use them in future games.
Yes.
And that roll was eager of the new D6 roll. That is, before you roll a run or charge, you can say that the unit's going to be eager, and you can re-roll that run or charge roll. It's pretty simple. It's like a command point, but before you get to see what it rolls. Anyway, it's still good. It's free-ish. All right, people, this is the table Davidwhite and I are playing on for today's game. We've got the inside of what I like to imagine a very small but wealthy town. Now, he refuses to believe that. He's saying no town that is small would have battlements this big. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm sticking to that.
Okay, well, I like to imagine that maybe only 1,000 people live here, but they're the most wealthy.
Oh, that's fine, yeah. They're spread out.
Okay, yeah.
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 Like, if it was like a normal city that was supposed to be this size, these are way too big.
Oh, yeah, no, this is, okay, yeah. I would at least imagine it's a little bit bigger than this. This is just a section of the battlefield that we're playing on. And the walls just end here and they just come a little bit further out and go all around it. Yes, okay, I agree. That this would be a little too ridiculous for a town of this size. But we also, it's very rich people. As you can tell, the design and the structure on the windows for this garrison that Davidwhite also pointed out that when we were building the train are very intricate and only the wealthy could afford it. Anyways, this is a map from Table War, and we got tabletop world terrain here in the form of the buildings all around and the actual battlements themselves. Beautiful terrain, guys. Go check them out if you can afford it. It's quite pricey, but it is one of my favorite sets of terrain. So it's kind of like you get what you pay for. And Adam from Greenleaf Terrain actually painted all of this up for us. He did an outstanding job giving them that dark tinge. It looks kind of, well, decrepit and creepy, and it's been here for a while. And I don't know, it looks like it wasn't taken that care of, but like back then, in this kind of time, who would maintain their house? Like he throws a piece of wood here to hold the shingles in for some reason, and it works. Look, the shingles are falling off over here. It's so sad to see this beautiful house falling apart. It's gonna look like that soon. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
They're not shingles because they're wood.
That's fair. Okay, thank you.
And so they're not actually that wealthy.
Oh, because
they would have had slate if they were that wealthy.
Okay, well, what?
So we're like middle class kind of wealthy.
But we have this impressive wall. We're in the middle class area.
They spent the budget on the wall.
They put all of their money into this wall. And we also have a wizard in the corner over here. This wizard, we've determined to be of the gold variety, like an alchemist. I can't remember what it's called though. The color associated with the gold wizard.
Metal
Wizard. Yeah, he's a metal wizard.
He's a gold wizard.
He would be a gold wizard because he is a metal wizard, like an alchemist. He's wealthy because he can transform anything to gold, and he's selfish, so he doesn't want to help the poor part of town he lives in, or the medium class, middle class he lives with here. And they're poor, not shingles. We're going to figure out one of the scenarios here. There's 12 of them, and I only have a d6. So what I'm going to do is on a 4-up, it's going to be 7 to 12, and on 1 to 3, it's going to be 1 to 6. Alright, so it's going to be the 7 to 12, and it's going to reroll the d6 there, and it's going to be 5, so it's going to be 11. That will be Places of Arcane Power. We got 3 objectives all down the split of the table. So we got 1 territory here, 1 territory over here. We got 1, 2, and the 3rd objective is over there. This one's quite simple. Only heroes can control these objectives, so it scraps the entire core rule of controlling objectives, and they can only control the objective if they finish any type of move, apart from a retreat move, within 3 inches of said objective. And they only lose control of the objective if they leave that 3-inch radius of the objective, or if an enemy hero comes by and slays them from that objective. So like, walk up, kill them in close combat, then whoever killed them, if they were a hero, they immediately gain control of that objective. You gain points equal to the amount of turns that hero has been controlling the objective. 1 point on the first turn you control it, 2 points on the second turn you control it, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. And whoever has the most points at the end of the 5th battle round wins the game. And then if it's a tie, whoever killed the most gets a minor victory, otherwise. Roll off time. I'm going to get a 2, you're going to get a 2. Nice. Alright. I got a 6, a 3. I'm going to pick this territory because my army's right behind me. Mostly because I don't feel like having to move my forces through the gravesite, where I can already kind of start in the gravesite to go for this objective. Also, what we're doing is for the fences. Anything that's not a monster or doesn't have fly has to pay. It costs 2 inches of movement to kind of hop over the fence or push through the fence. Now, if there's a gate, which is like there's a gate there, there's a gate over here, there's a gate over there, and over here, you can just kind of pass through it freely in that area. It's not going to be super strict. It's kind of loosey-goosey, but that's the idea of it all. Deployment is finished. Davidwhite finished first because he had the 1 battalion, the Lodge. What's the battalion called again?
Lords of the Lodge.
Lords of the Lodge. Which, that, if you spend, it lets you fight twice, is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The Hearthguard Berserker unit can fight twice if they're wholly within, I want to say, 12 inches of one of the heroes in it, which is the Rune Father, the Rune Master, the Battlesmith.
All the heroes.
Who are nowhere near him right now.
Perfect. And then we got my whole Soulblight force deployed along my line. Sorry, my whole Soulblight force deployed along the line here. The zombies are gonna have a hard time getting up, but they are gonna try their best to get to that objective. And I got a hero over here to fight for that one. I got my Vampire Lord General in the middle to fight for that one, or to fight for that one over there. Probably fight for this one. And then over here I got Vampire Lord on Nightmare to mostly fight for that one. All right, you have all the power. Who's going first?
Me.
You go first?
Because then I can get on them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So I guess it'll be Fireslayers turn 1. There's not much I can do about it. And let's get to this game.
So, start the hero phase. The rune that I'm doing is the remove rune, which I apologize, I do not remember. +2 to move, +2 to charges if I roll a 6.
It's just base +2 to movement, though.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
+2 to move.
So they move 6.
And then he's doing his command ability, which all Fyreslayers within 18 inches of him don't have to take battle shock.
Is it wholly within 18 or just within 18?
Wholly within 18.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll go on to prayers.
So this guy's
So he's gonna do Volcano's Call. He gets +1 because of the shrine being nearby. Okay.
Yeah, it goes up on 3 up normally.
Yeah, and I'm doing it on this fence.
This
of which
obstacle fence here
You have a hero and a unit.
nearby. So what happens here?
On a 6 up, you take a mortal wound on each one. So the knights, nope. Nope, but this is deadly.
Ooh, so if I end a move within an inch of it, I take, I think, D3 mortal wounds on 1. I believe that's the case.
And he's also going to try and summon the Zargrim Fire Spitter.
Oh no, it's gonna be good against my zombie. Oh, he failed! I'm sorry. I just, as you're rolling, I'm like, oh, that's gonna mulch my zombies up. Like, I hope he doesn't get it. Oh no, the 1. Terribly sorry.
Runic Empowerment on the double axe unit.
We are good.
He gets it because he needs on a 3.
What does Runic Empowerment do?
Reroll wounds.
Oh, neat. Okay, so they reroll hit and wound rolls. That's actually a good combo.
He's raising his flag.
So yeah, it's safe to assume that the Battlesmith will raise his flag every turn unless you say otherwise?
Yes.
Okay. Which allows you to +1 your saving throws, is it now?
+1 to my saving throws if I'm wholly within 12 inches of it.
As opposed to re-rolling saving throws, which is what it did before.
And I can't retreat.
That's true, and you can't retreat either. And that's the downside. So if you don't, if you want to retreat, then you won't raise it. But yeah, so assume that flag is always raised unless Davidwhite says otherwise. So now you're going to go ahead and run your entire force.
Yes.
So it's going to start like this, then it ends like this. Everything ran forward except for this priest on the magma droth that ran around and backwards into the building because there's no real way for it to get in over there. And your priest over on this end decided to not go for the objective because he's a little too afraid of the Blood Knights. Doesn't have real support right now. Next turn.
Yeah, he'll be much braver next turn.
And we have a Volkite Berserker that is now within 3 inches. Sorry, Grimwrath Berserker. Those are the Volkite. The Grimwrath makes it within 3, and then the Runefather made it within 3 as well. That should conclude your turn, though. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
We
So
can't charge or anything.
yeah, no shooting, no charging, no fighting, no battle shock to take. Now we're on to scoring. You control both of those objectives for a total of 1 point each, putting you at 2 to my nothing. I would normally have to do my Deathly Invocations first, but that won't have to come up anywhere. We're then going to... for spells, where is it important? I don't have range on any of my my offensive spells. They're all kind of short range. I'm going to go with Tactical Insight on the Coven Throne on the squad of Blood Knights here, which will let them reroll hit rolls, wound rolls, and saving throws of 1. It's like Nagash's command ability, except it only affects 1 unit, not my entire table of undead. The Vampire Lord will attempt to cast Mystic Shield on himself. He gets it with a 9. There's no way to stop it because who is the one who can dispel or unbind?
Guy on the map dot, so it should be nice and easy to remember.
Yeah, so he's quite far away. So he'll be rolling saving throws of 1, and I'm pretty sure the rest of my guys aren't going to be casting anything because too far away for Amaranthian Orb, and Arcane Bolt's not going to be a thing. He's already Mystic Shielded. Not going to be casting Beguile because it's too far away. For movement time, I'm feeling absolutely impetuous. I am going to throw... Well, I'm going to use some tactics, but I'm going to be aggressive in my nature because you grab the objectives right away, so I have to do something to get you off of them. Unfortunately, that one thing I have to do might be a little too risky. Now, how many wounds? He's got 14 wounds, doesn't he?
Yes.
So, he is going to be hard to get off that objective. The only thing I reasonably have to take him off of that is my Vampire Lord, who can make a pretty easy charge in. I'm going to be aggressive. It's an 8-inch charge for these Blood Knights to get in after they move, and then the Vampire Lord's going to go in as well. He's got that -1 to wound aura, so it's risky to go for it, but if I can take that out, that would help a lot. But it's a risky play. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Vampire Lord's got a 16-inch movement because of Swift Death. He's got a near guaranteed charge. He could always fail with the double 1, but I have a command point. Then the Coven Throne and the Vargeist flap forward to try and deal with this objective. The Coven Throne is on its own, unless they get a ridiculously long charge, which I believe is probably about 10 inches or 9 inches, will be on its own fighting the Berserker. But it's not that unreasonable. I think it's ignoring damage mechanic goes up the more things are near it. Is that still the same? we're going to go ahead and run this collective of models over here. They're going to start like this to there. So he's within 3 inches of the objective, but far away from the Volkite Berserkers. They're going to hang back here and be a more supporting role. It'd be an 11-inch charge for these zombies to get into that guy there. So what I think I'm going to do is just run them forward. Running the zombies, 6. Hey, nice. That's pretty good. We'll end up there, making enough room for the corpse cart to get through as it runs 1. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. It moves a total of 5 inches with that run. So it's just going to go to there. It still has a 6-inch aura, though, to assist the zombies out. That's it for movement. I have 1 shooting attack. It's Pestilential Breath from the zombie dragon. I am going to go all out on trying to take up this guy here. It might be overkill, but if I can kill him, I can kill him. Now, if I roll under the amount of models in the unit, I automatically hit. Sorry, it is equal to or less than. So I have to roll it on a 1, I automatically hit. I hate this because now I'm going to roll a 1. So I don't automatically hit, now I need a 3 to hit. I hate that ability so much.
You said that. You did it to yourself.
I know. I hate that ability so much. Why? Can I just choose not to roll the initial one? I know what you're saying, like, well, why wouldn't you roll the initial one? You still have a chance, but I hate that when the dice do that to me. I hate that. That is it. That's a d6 damage attack, too, with -3. Regardless, it is charge o'clock. We're going to start with the Blood Knights. They have Fly. It's an 8-inch charge to make it in. They're going to need that command point, eh? I need them in. It's very important. So, General, within 12. They fail. My plans are falling apart. You know, every now and then when you make the risky plays, they don't work out. So I'm down to no command points. They don't make it into combat. I'm going to go over here with the Covenant Throne in charge. An 8. Thank you. That'll end just like that. Might as well try and charge the Vargeist in. Looking for a 9 or 10 on this one. They definitely fail. No rerolling there. Well, we're still going to send in my General because why not? For the fun. I'm disheartened by my Blood Knights failing 8-inch charge. So the General will make it in. He is going to go to there. And essentially block a lot of the zombies off. You know what? Screw it. We'll go over here just outside of 3 inches of those guys.
We'll just get the thing.
Yeah.
The doodad.
So we'll go there just outside of 3 inches of them. And I will obviously fight with my zombie dragon first. When do you do your latchkey axe? Is it now?
It's at the end.
Oh, it's at the end?
At the end.
Well, I am definitely going to take a sip from my Sakharan Goblet, which will increase his to hit and to wound with his lance by +1, but you lower my wound by 1 as well. So he hits on 2s, and he wounds on 3s. I'm also really upset because I have the command ability on them too. Oh, I needed your help so much, guys. You really failed me. All right, it's all up to you, big guy. 3 attacks with his Death Lance on 2s. I don't want to see 1s. And then 2s normally to wound, but up to 3s now because of your ability. Okay, I got 3 wounds off. I think it's only rend 1. So you have a 5 up. And it's 3 damage a swing. So 6 damage from his lance. Now the Zambi Dragon's going to take a nip out of you. 4s and 4s now. So 4s to hit. Ooh, that was a really good roll. I still need the 4s to wound though. I've got 2 wounds. -2 to your saving throw. You need 6s. I got 6 nice d6 damage. 6. So he's taken 12 damage so far. And lastly, the sword-like claws of the zombie dragon. 4s to hit. Really good roll. And 3s to wound normally. Down to 4s. I take back all the complaining I did earlier. -1.
He lives.
He's got a 4.
Oh no, sorry, he doesn't live. So he just died.
That's 4 damage. It was 2 damage a swing. But before he goes down,
I have to roll 14 dice.
Yeah, you throw lava back at me as I completely, I guess, gore you to death. Like, oh man, that was honestly very good dice rolling on my end. Just very lucky. Now volcanic blood's gonna kick in. I did 14 wounds. Every 4 up is a mortal wound back at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 average. That's still a lot of mortal wounds. And because I am a hero, I get to ignore these on 6s, or I can attempt to. I'll ignore 2 of them, so I take 5 damage. So he goes down, and 9 wounds are left on my zombie dragon. But the hunger will kick in at the end of the combat phase, so he'll go up to 10 wounds, because he slew a model. Yeah, the hunger doesn't kick in yet. It's at the end of the fight phase, but there shouldn't be any more fighting over here. You have your fight before I get to swing at you, though, with the Berserker. His axe has 4 attacks on 3s. Very
that's
good.
1 mortal wound in addition.
Oh, nice. All right. So,
and then these wounding on 3s, then I reroll because I have the Tyrant Slayer.
Re-rolling for the Tyrant Slayer. Is that the relic?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, so it didn't help too much. They're -2 though.
Yes.
He's always so good at close combat. 6 up armor. Failing 1.
So it's 3 damage total.
3 damage. 6s to ignore. I take 2. Putting me down to 10 wounds remaining, and then she's going to go ahead and attack. I'm going to start with the Spectral Host. 12 attacks on them. They hit on 5s, but 6s are mortal wounds with Frightful Touch. So it's 5 mortal wounds, and that's it. The Vampire Queen jumps down and tries to do a Predatory Bite on a 3. On a 4 to wound. Nope. And then she's got the Stiletto attacks, 3s to hit, and 3s to wound. We got 2 wounds at -1.
So these are 5-ups.
Just 1 damage. So you're taking 6 damage so far. And then the Handmaidens jump down and try and help out. 3s to hit, 3s to wound. Got 4 wounds at no rend, so you should have a 4-up armor save. That's 10 damage he has to try. How many wounds does he have? 5?
6.
He's got 6 wounds, eh? Okay. So he has a 6-up to ignore damage normally, and if he has any enemy models within 3 inches, he gets +1 of that. So he's got a 5-up to ignore damage.
He's definitely dead.
He exactly dies.
Yeah.
He takes exactly 6 damage. And
Oh,
he fights again.
I have to go check the wording on it.
Okay. Dead but not defeated. He gets to fight after he is slain. Well, before he's slain. So he hits on 3s, wounding on 3s, rerolling the wound rolls. We have 3 wounds at -2, which puts me at a 6-up armor save as he cuts through me. So it's 4 damage, is it?
Yeah.
Which I ignore on 6s. I take 3, so I'm down to 7. But he does go down, and I wrestle this objective from you. So he's out of here. And then at the end of the combat phase, she also has the hunger. But for whatever reason, her hunger is different. If she slays a hero, it gets 2 wounds back instead of 1. So she goes up to 9. If I can find it. There we go, 9 wounds remaining. That was an exceptional turn for the Soulblight. It turns out this model is really, really good if it hits and wounds with everything. And you fail all your saves.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So, for scoring, I'm going to get 3 points. I wrestled you off of that objective, this objective, and I was able to just, well, walk around that one there. All right, now we got the roll-off to see who gets to go twice in a row here. Oh, you win ties.
I'm going first.
Yes, that makes sense. So it's a good thing that worked out for you there. So now granted, my heroes are on the objectives, and I was able to kill your big heroes, but I've left myself in an awkward position, mostly because they're right there. Okay, you get a command point. What's the plan?
Okay.
You gotta recover.
So, I got some prayers to do. We'll start over with the Rune Master.
Okay, Rune Master praying. What is he gonna pray for? And I want to note, I avoided the deadly terrain thanks to Davidwhite's help. As I moved within an inch, he's like, "Oh, don't forget that's deadly." Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna start with the important one, the Fire Spitter.
All right, so on a 2. Hey, or is that one a 4 to a 3?
I'm pretty sure it's a 3.
Okay. All the invocations are on 3s. That makes it a 2-up. So where does this bad boy set up?
He's within 6.
All right. I think it's got like a 24-inch range shooting
Yes.
attack anyways. Does it move?
No.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Praying for the save.
On them.
Yes.
Yes, the +1 save.
That's really good.
That's what I should have done on my leader last time.
Does that stack with the Battlesmith?
Yes.
That's really good. Searing Heat.
18 inches to the Blood Knights. They are
Yes.
-1 to hit.
That's -1 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Raising the flag on the Battlesmith.
Yeah, and then
We're going to crack the Rune of Awakened Steel. So is it +1 rend or +2 rend? Or is it
+1 rend on a 6, it's +2 rend.
Okay. No. So +1 rend across the board for all Fyreslayers this battle round. It is battle round, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or sorry, not battle round, but until the start of your next hero phase. So you get your turn and my turn, essentially. That's going to be good against the Vampire Lord. Hearthguard Berserkers are going to move up towards my Vampire Lord. The Magmadroth with the Rune Smiter
Yes.
moves forward.
He actually can get to that. Oops.
I'm going to take one step back, though, and do his Prayer of Awakening, I believe it is.
Yeah, he's going to do it on the
Hearthguard, rerolling wound rolls.
Yes.
Yes. So he can do the prayer he picks in addition to the one that he just used there. So they're -1 to hit from him, and he gave them rerolling wound rolls. Running the Battlesmith,
Okay,
extra 4, so he goes 8.
8.
Where's he gonna go? Oh, yeah, I guess you have to get a hero around
Yeah,
here.
get over there.
Movement complete. Moving on to the start of the shooting phase. This lava thing
It's going to shoot him. 12 dice, each 6 is a mortal wound.
Okay, so it's probably going to be a couple more wounds. Alright, you're fishing for 6s here. We're going to get... 3. That's not bad. He's more than halfway dead. Currently, unless I make any of these saves. He takes 2. We have 21 throwing axes.
Because the hero is also throwing his, and they're all on.
He ran.
Oh, yes, he ran, so it's 20.
20 axes into...
But they're 8-inch.
Oh, well, maybe not 20. 16 axes in range. Alright, here's all the throwing axes.
5.
5s. 5s to wound. Getting 2. The Rune of Awakened Steel is only effective on melee weapons, so I have a 4-up armor save against this, and we do nothing. Good old throwing axes. 29 throwing axes from this collective into the Vampire Lord.
And the hero and all the rest of it, so.
Lots of dice
I
on
just dropped
5s.
the dice.
Yeah, I'll let you reroll.
There's another dice.
One more die incoming. It's a miss.
Oh, there you go.
Leave a comment below if you're always excited for the Fyreslayer axe phase. We've got 4 wounds, and I have a 3-up armor save because there's no rend on that, and I have Mystic Shield up. So we take maybe 1 and a 6 to ignore. We take a damage. Hey, that could make the difference. Magma Drop doing a fiery breath on them.
So I have to roll under the number of models in the unit, and you take D3 mortal wounds.
Don't roll 6. Alright.
D3 mortal wounds.
D3 mortal wounds, and I don't have a hero nearby either.
1.
Wait, Blood Knight will go down to 2. We're gonna have this guy back here go down to 2. Oh no. Starting with these Volkite Berserkers charging, they obviously just need a 3. Hey, 6 is good.
Big difference.
The musician lets them reroll one of the dice while charging.
Okay.
One more inch!
It's gonna make a difference for one guy.
That's their final position. Then the Magma Droth is gonna do a charge. He's gonna roll a 3.
That's
which
gonna
is,
be nothing.
Which is a fail. Spending a command point on the reroll for that. Getting... Oh no!
Hearthguard Berserkers.
Okay, don't roll a double 1. They have a musician maybe. They make it in with a 5 anyways.
Yeah.
The Volkite Berserkers are going to attempt to charge now. They're going to go a
6.
The Hornblower says 2 becomes a 5. So they roll a 9. Yikes. Alright, here we go. We got all the shields. Yeah. Hey, we got the 3. Pretty average. Yeah, they throw their shields in after they charge, and then you pick a unit within 8 inches of all the guys. Yada yada yada. You throw a shield for each guy, and I take a mortal wound. I ignore none of them. I think I'm down to 6 wounds remaining. Yeah, this is probably overkill, but necessary overkill. He's down to 6. At the start of the fight phase, this hero is going to spend a command point on, what is it called?
It's called the...
Shield Breakers and Oath Takers. I like rhyming. So you pick a unit of Berserkers, either Volkite or Hearthguard, wholly within 12 of him or any hero, and they get to fight at the start of the fight phase before any players pick any units to fight with. So that's 1 command point, and they're going to fight immediately. 3s to hit with their 21 attacks. They have 2-inch reach now. Thank you, Games Workshop.
What?
Standing hit roll. You know what? If it's going to be overkill, it better be the most overkill. 3s to wound, re-rolling. Hearthguard Berserkers, perfect, a perfect roll. So I have these many saves, so I'm just going to do that, and he's dead. He takes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 damage because they're Rend 2 with the Rune of the Awakened Steel. I'm not even going to bother rolling the ignores damage because it's going to be another, I got to roll that one. So it's going to be another 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, I get to reroll that for Mystic Shield. And I guess I get to reroll this one as well, so that's a fail. And that actually helps. 22 damage with them. So I have 6 wounds left, and he is dead. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yoink. Alright, so that is there. Now you actually get to pick to fight with something.
Which I'll pick them because I'm not afraid of like the 5 zombies that can fight me.
Fair. After piling in 10 Volkite Berserkers in range to attack, are they 1 attack each?
2 attacks.
Okay, so we have 21 attacks because of the Carl. Hitting on... Well, they get to reroll hit rolls and not reroll wound rolls. But there are Rend 1 right now because of the Rune of the Awakened Steel. 3s to hit, rerolling their hit rolls because they have double weapon. So reroll. Helps an okay amount. 3s to wound with no Rend.
Oh, sorry, 1 Rend.
1 Rend,
yes,
that's
because
right.
the Awakened Steel.
That's not good. And 5-up save because of the Rend. Not making as much as I would have liked, so I've got 9 wounds here. Okay, he's gonna live. And 6s to ignore. None. Oh no. So 3, 6, 9 damage. I have 2 wounds remaining, which could make all the difference here. The zombies are going to be the ones to go next, so I'm going to have to pile them all in. That's what the pile-in looks like. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 on the Hearthguard, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. 10 on the Volkite. So I'll do the 10 Volkite first, and then the 3. I'll do the 3 first, then the 10 Volkite. The zombies at this unit size hit on 3s, wound on 3s, but they get +1 to hit if they're near this. So they hit the Hearthguard on 2s, and wound them on 3s. We got 2 wounds on the Hearthguard, no rend. So I think they have a 4-up armor. They 1 damage, maybe? Nope, no damage.
The Hearthguard.
Then 10 attacks on the Volkite on 2s and 3s. Ooh, that was pretty bad. So we got 5 wounds on the Volkite. They have a 5-up save because they threw shields.
And it's +1 because of the prayer.
Oh yeah, so back to a 4-up. So they take maybe 2, 3. So 3 damage?
3 damage.
So it's 1
dies,
dead.
and yeah.
So 1 dies in the back there and 1 takes a wound. They pile in and attack. Now I didn't want to engage. They get to fight twice because they're wholly within 12 of a hero. That's part of their battalion, though. Master of the Lords of the Lodge, I believe it is. They don't have to be within 12 of the Runefather, do they?
No, it's any hero.
Oh, any hero in that makes sense because there's a lot of heroes in the detachment. Now, I didn't want to engage as many as I did this way, but I had to get 2 models in base contact with him because if I didn't, he would have been able to pile in and drag my Blood Knights into combat. So I want my Blood Knights active for this next turn coming up.
3s.
3s to wound re-rolling. Ah, it's a really good roll. Just 1 reroll. And, oh,
Yep.
Doesn't help. That's still, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 dead zombies. Battle Shock's gonna be a pain too, because now granted I have command points, I don't have any heroes nearby because he killed the one guy. I made like I said earlier, I made a risky play and it didn't pan out because I needed the double turn for that play to work out because these guys would have been able to charge something, the Blood Knights would have been able to charge, protect the zombie lord. He went off on his own and died, and now these guys are gonna start crumbling as well. We'll see though, it might work out. Big chunks gone from over there. I lost 20 bodies, I still have 40 left, but they get to fight later on. I get to go first with my Coven Throne. Only 4 Spirit Host attacks now instead of 12. So we got 2 mortal wounds and nothing. The Vampire Queen has a Predatory Bite, which hits, and it wounds. There's no rend though. I think they have a 5-up save because they don't have shields. Oh, you're good. Her Stilettos, 3s to hit, 3s to wound. Getting 2 with a rend on this one. So they won't be wholly within 12 of him, so they just have a 5-up save. Or sorry, 6-up. So that's 2 more damage in total. And my Handmaidens are pretty hurt as well. 3s to hit with them, and 3s to wound with no rend. So 3 more at 5-ups. Oh wow, just 1 more damage. So 5 in total. So someone takes a wound, and 2 die. And then the hunger kicks in, she heals the wound. She's up to 3. She's down to 3. I have hope. If I can get Beguile off, they can't hurt her. And that's what my hope is. That they just sit there doing nothing to her because she's too pretty. That's my one hope that this will work out. Now these Volkite Berserkers will pile in and attack my zombies. So I've lost 20 so far. The Battle Shock's gonna be brutal. Brutal! Boop. So 8 Volkite Berserkers in range to attack my zombies. 3s to hit. 4s to wound with a -2 rend. I don't have any deathless minions against this, so every 4-up is a dead zombie. It's like, oh, only 5 more. Okay. So I've just lost 25 of these zombies. We're gonna go you. I'm gonna keep that there. 3, 4, and 5. Go down. That should conclude our combat. It's your turn. You have to do Battle Shocks first. I don't think you have to take any. Because he lost a couple over here. What's the bravery on a Volkite Berserker?
7.
So he did lose 2.
So on a 6.
On a 6, 1 will flee. No. And then nowhere else did you lose enough to really matter. Because you only lost 1 over here. Now at the end of the combat phase, I actually do get to add a zombie for killing a model. On a 6, I do! Nice. That 1 Volkite.
That's where he is now.
Yeah, no kidding. The 1 Volkite Berserker I killed turns into a zombie and is now fighting zombies. We're gonna go over here though. Yeah, we'll go over here, whatever. Now Battle Shock for them. They're currently Bravery 13 with their unit size. They lost 25, so D6 plus 12 are running. Okay, so 14 run. We are going to be pulling the Volkite Berserker, or Hearthguard Berserkers out of combat with the ones that run. Now, the plan here is to, again, try and aim for a double turn. So I can avoid fighting them for 2 turns, if possible. That is it for Battle Shock. Now, more importantly, no scoring for the Fyreslayers. It's looking bad for the Soulblight. This is actually a really good back and forth game. You hit me back even harder than I hit you back. I see what I think I have to do on my turn to try and eke out a win, if it's even possible. Again, Beguile will be lucky, but the fact that they're not tied in combat, I am a huge fan of. No Deathly Invocations, because way over here, not close enough to the zombies, and my other hero's way over there, not close enough to the zombies. And even if I did have a hero nearby, it would have been the Vampire Lord, and I would have gotten D3 rerollable zombies back. The zombies weren't a mainstay. Ideally, they were going to be a screening force if I had to go first. And they didn't really act, or I didn't really need them. The zombies actually weren't that important. The zombies are more of a... I don't know what the zombies are right now. They're not really doing much for me. Well, right on the spells. Let's see if I get this Hail Mary up. He can unbind, correct?
Yes, you can. Twice.
Ooh. He doesn't get any bonuses, just...
No, he could just do it twice. Exactly like a wizard.
Well, we'll open up with Beguile. This goes up on a 6. And I do get a once per game reroll as I look into the scrying pool there. Needing high numbers. I'm going to use my once per game reroll on that one. Okay, I got a 9. So Beguile might go off. You need a 10 to stop it. No. Nope. So the way Beguile works, I'm going to choose that unit there. If I roll higher, I'm pretty sure it's higher than the Bravery. I'll double check if it's greater than or higher, or equal to or higher. They cannot attack the Coven Throne. So they'll essentially just be stuck in combat not doing anything as the Coven Throne just holds the objective. What is the Bravery on them? You said 7?
7.
So Davidwhite's nervous now that it's 3 dice. The average is 10. I should be okay. We got... Yeah. So they are beguiled. They are not allowed to attack the Coven Throne. Yeah, so the wording is it cannot be... I choose that unit there, and the caster cannot be the target of any spells or attacks by the Volkite Berserkers. He's just going to go ahead and cast Arcane Bolt because Mystic Shield isn't that important. Yeah, we'll do Mystic Shield. We get it with an 8, and I think that's probably too far away. Mystic Shield will go on to these Blood Knights because they have a base better save. And all Vampire Lords have the Blood Chalice ability, which is once per game. They heal D6 wounds. Well, he heals 1 wound. I was hoping to heal a little bit more. She's going to spend a command point on Tactical Insight on these Vargeist, letting them reroll hit, wound, and saving throws of 1. Brings us to the movement phase. These Vargeist are going to fly up and try and take out that Battlesmith. What kind of base save does he have right now?
4.
So he's got a 3 up with his banner. That's really good. So the Blood Knights will go in that direction as well. He's got a 3 up save. I got to get him out of here. Got to get your heroes. Right now I'm up in points, and heroes are the only thing that matter. The Blood Knights are going to go over here just because it's going to be about a 10 or 11 inch charge for them to get in. So the plan over here, the Vargeist, 8 inch charge, they might fail it. If they do make it, they can at least surround him and keep him trapped in there because he's bad at combat, and he won't be able to break free from that. So he'll be, unfortunately, stuck in the corner while they gnaw on him, and the Blood Knights are literally just going to be here to smash into the Volkite Berserkers. Now, they get their shields back at the next hero phase, or they get it at the end of the combat phase?
They didn't charge, so they have it.
Right, got you. Okay, so they picked up their shields again. Okay, sorry, what are they, Davidwhite?
They're on a string, so they throw them and then they come back.
So they don't pick them up?
They don't pick them up. It's an important distinction. It affects this... I don't know.
Okay, they're sling shields, everyone. I apologize, they did not pick them up. They went right back to them, like a slingshot or a boomerang, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of... Remember those toys they used to... the paddle ball thing with the string?
That's what they're like.
Exactly
like that.
We're going to go ahead and run the zombies. And we're leaving combat. Oh, 5 inches. Okay, where's that going to take me? That's how they're going to end up. I just didn't want to throw their lives away. They might be useful later on to screen. And they weren't going to be doing much to the Volkite Berserkers. In fact, even the Blood Knights themselves are going to kind of crash into the Volkite Berserkers. Sure, they'll do a lot of damage, but the Volkite have a rend on their attack, so not the best target. That's where they end up. We're going to run the Corpse Cart. He's just going to pop to the other side and end there. Right on to charging. The Vargeist first. They're going to go 8, which is good because I just want to get to the other side. And there, then the Blood Knights, who are -1 to hit because of his prayer, are going to charge in. They'll take the 9. And with that, I'm going to make sure the Castellan gets in first. And they will end like that. One guy in the back not making it in. Vargeist attempting to charge, they need an 8. Command point it because it's important. They still fail. And then he's going to stay where he was. This Blood Knight charge is more for the fun of it. They're going to charge. They're going to take a 6 because they got the Musician. I had a zombie still in there, so I pulled him out. Knights make it in. And who fights first? I think it's honestly these Blood Knights here. Just because I'm assuming he's not good in combat.
He's not terrible, but he's not going to kill 5 Blood Knights and 3 Vargeists now.
Yeah, whatever. Let's go with these Blood Knights first. Just to make sure they're all in and kind of make a line of Blood Knights. They'll all go ahead and attack. They don't have any augments on them right now. 3s to hit. No rerolling. Ooh. Yuck. Yeah, whatever. Close to average. A little bit below. 3s to wound. There we go. That helps a little bit. So 5 wounds in the end with a rend of 1. So they go to a 5 up armor save. And I crash it and do next to nothing. 3d3 damage. Because I charged. It's going to be... Oh, there we go. 3, 6, 7, 8. And I have horsey attacks. Nightmare attacks. Force to hit. Force to wound. Oh, wow. They did much better. I got 7 wounds with the horses. 4 up armor. So I do 3 more damage. So I did 13 in total? Wait, no. 2, 6, 7, 8,
So it's
11.
2, yeah.
So I killed 5 and half of them.
Let's kill that and oops.
And then that guy's wounded, yeah. I did okay. But they're immune to battle shock because they're wholly within 12 of this objective. Battlesmith is going to go. Who's he attacking?
He's fighting the Blood Knights.
Alright, so the Blood Knights... Well, you have Ren 2 currently because of the rune. You're hitting on 3s. Good start.
Wounding on 3s.
Yeah, 2.
At -2, 2 damage.
So my 4 up goes to a 6 up. I fail both. That's 4 damage. And I don't think I have a hero nearby. Well, I do, but not close enough. That kills 1. And it will wound 1 down. I'll take this guy. He's down to 1 wound. So let's go with these Blood Knights first. They are going to be 3, 6, 9, 12. I actually missed some attacks over here. I only counted 13 attacks. It would have been 16. So it's 15 base plus 1 for the Castellan. So I owe you 3 more attacks. 3s! I did the horses correctly, though. And 3s. 1 more at -1. 5 up save. It might kill. You kill 1 more Fyreslayer. That's it over there. Now back to the original Blood Knights. They hit on 4s because of the prayer. No rerolling. 3s to wound. Getting 6. And he's back to a 4 up because he's got his banner raised. And he fails 2 of them. So he's going to take 2d3 damage. He's going to suffer... He's dead. He just dies to the Blood Knights. Alright. Now what happens if the banner dies?
They are now rerolling hits to wounds. And they can't move. Except to pile in.
Oh wow, so they can't even retreat, eh?
No.
The Blood Knights were enough to take him out, but I didn't want to risk. The Volkite Berserkers pile in, getting 9 in range to attack the Blood Knights. They have Ren 2 currently. And there was another zombie hidden in there too. We pulled him out. He might have been trapped though, but I don't think it matters all that much. Because this is kind of inconsequential. 18 attacks on 3s. Any rerolls?
No.
I don't believe so. No. That's a good roll. 4s to wound. Another good roll. 6s, because it's Ren 2 because of the Rune of Awakened Steel. I saved 2 of them. I get to reroll these 2 ones for Mystic Shield. Doesn't really help, so that's 1. You killed 2 of them off. That's really good. So with that, we'll say... Is that the horn? Yeah, we'll take... Ooh, we'll take these 2, I guess. I did drag my zombies in, so... Do I have over 20? I should. So looking at the zombies, I guess I had way more than 60 down, because I had an excess of... I have 39 dead over there. Well, I've lost 39 so far, so I should have 21 left. I got 5, 10, 15, 25, 26, 27, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32. So I have an extra 10 zombies here. So 10 random zombies can die. I don't... Does
I know.
I'll
1, 2, 3 that side, 4, 5, 6 that side. Would that help?
I was gonna just pull randomly from...
Oh, okay, that works too.
I was gonna go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just the one that would have been in combat. Well, I guess that one, yeah, whatever. That guy would have been in combat, so those 10 don't actually exist. Yeah, 9, 10. Sorry guys, I don't know why I did that. I guess I just grabbed too many movement trays. Should have 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Man, what is going on? There we go. Huzzah, gone. I should have 22 because I infected 1 Fyreslayer who stood back up, so I should have 22. Perfect. Now we're good on the zombies. They can still pile in a fight because the Volkite Berserkers brought them in. 7 in range to attack. Currently 4s and 4s to hit because of their unit size being over 20, and 3s and 4s because that's in range. 3s. 4s to wound. We got 1 whole wound on them. 1 4 up. We do nothing. Good old zombies. That's pretty much it. They get to attack, but they're not allowed to attack the beautiful vampiress. So that is going to attack them back. And I do go up a bracket because I healed a wound. The spectral hosts are reinvigorated. So reinvigorated. There we go. We have 2 more wounds because the bracket went up. And we got 5 of the handmaiden attacks as they jump down. We have 1 miss. 3s to wound. We got 3 wounds with no rend. They have a 5 up. So we total 5 damage so far. The queen will do a bite. She misses, and she's got, I believe it's 4 stiletto attacks. 3s to hit, and 3s to wound. Got 2. At a rend of 1, so they'll have a 6 up armor save. 1 more damage. I killed.
So that's 3.
I kill 3 of them off. 1, 2, and they are also immune to battle shock.
3.
And then that 1 wound just goes to whomever. And then at the end of the combat, she'll heal a wound through the hunger. That will bring us to the end of the battle round. No battle shocks to take for you because you're wholly within 12 of that. They only lost 2. They don't have to take. And the zombies didn't lose any casualties. So we're right on to checking to see if that invocation sticks around.
On a 3+, it does.
So it does. So it's normally a 4 up, but it gets +1 for being near the forge as it empowers it. And now we come to the double turn, because I score as well. So I hold this objective still with the hero, and I hold that objective with the hero still. So that's a total of 4 points, because they're worth 2 points each. So now it comes to the roll-off. If I get the double turn, I automatically win the game. Just because I'll score 6 more points, making it so that Davidwhite couldn't get enough points throughout the rest of the game to win. Because he won't be able to attack over here unless I get Beguile off. Well, I'll get Beguile off again, but the points I accumulate, if I get to go twice, they could potentially kill me if Beguile fails again, actually. So that could be something to note. So I got a 4, you got a 2. So if I want to take the double turn, what could I do to help myself out over here? I guess they could come in and support against the Berserkers and try and hammer them down. And then hopefully Beguile goes off. So I think I think the smart choice is just taking the double turn, because then they could go over there and swarm that guy. And then maybe I fall back out of combat over here just to deny myself more casualties. Because them on the charge is no good. Off the charge is no good. It's going to eventually die to the Volkite Berserkers. So yeah, I'll take the double turn, and if I do it quickly, I think it'll be a win for the Soulblight. Okay, so now looking at the scenario, I think winning the double turn there is the automatic win for Soulblight, because all they have to do, past the hero phase, these guys do a fly. Whoop, whoop. Sorry for the fast movement. They fly over here, and they essentially trap this guy in there. And then the chances are they're not going to fail the rerollable charge to get in. So when they do charge, he would be trapped like so. So even if he doesn't die, he won't be able to break free. This invocation could kill him off, but it won't kill him off this turn is what's important. So I'll be scoring at least 3 points from that, putting me at 10 points. Assuming this character, which is not assuming, it's not unlikely, you move over here and then you charge into my backlines. You kill me off that, then take that objective. At most, that can score you 1 point this turn, 2 points on turn 4, and then 3 points on turn 5 for 6 points in total, and I'd still be at 10, at the very least, to your 8.
Yeah.
So at the very best, if everything goes well for you at this point now, you'll be at 8 points, and I'll still be at 10 points. So call the game there, and we are going to set up for another game. It'll be a smaller game, though. We're going to change up our list a little bit. We're going to play on the same table, if you guys want to check it out in the vault, and we're going to do a different scenario as well. I don't know. How do you feel about the Places of Power? I'm not a huge fan of it.
It's really good for the person who gets on the objectives.
Right. You got on the objectives right away. This was a back and forth game until I got... Well, Beguile worked very well for me.
Yeah, if Beguile hadn't gone off, then it would have been a game.
This is funny because this is the second time this has happened. I was playing against Matthew. He was playing... It doesn't really matter what he was actually playing... I think he was playing Iron Jaws with these guys as the mercenary company.
Oh.
The one Fyreslayer Lodge. And it was a very similar situation, except it was Hearthguard Berserkers charging this Coven Throne in Places of Arcane Power, and I just kept beguiling them every turn. And I was just on that objective all game, and Matt was losing his mind because he had these awesome Hearthguard Berserkers who couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So it was the exact same situation. The Coven Throne was able to win me the game just because of Beguile. Beguile being a questionably powerful spell. I think it's a little much sometimes. It's really good in situations where you have a big blob or a horde unit, or even like a big hero. Like you could do that for like Gordrak or something. And then just like tie Gordrak down for the entire game. Anyways, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it. Leave your comments down below how you feel about Arcane Power, because you have to build your list knowing all the scenarios. So I'd say each list you build should have 3 to 4 heroes in it, because you could roll up Places of Arcane Power. Now in this case, both of us only had 3 heroes.
I had 4.
Oh, you had 4. That's right, you did have more than me. I was able to get into positions to kill your heroes off, though. I was able to kill off the Volkite, the Berserker there. I was able to kill the Lord off, and then I was able to tie him up, and then kill that guy off. I didn't want to go for this one because he's a little too durable. Well, I didn't want to rely on getting lucky. It was better off just to kill that one off. And I think it's a little too easy, not too easy, but it's the rest of your army doesn't matter. They matter until the point where they don't. So all of a sudden, once we got to turn 2, all of this didn't matter anymore. Your guys over here were tied down with Beguile, so that was just a mechanic of my units over there. But like the whole middle, all of our base units didn't matter. It was just your units, your heroes, and my heroes trying to survive as much as they could. Anyways, we're going to tidy this up. This will be the end of this battle report. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. There was a lot of, well, careful movements, and it was really close. I thought I won, then I thought I had lost, and then I won, and I got lucky for the double turn just to kind of secure that win. And that's the nice thing about the double turn, because if someone's going to win the game, they kind of win it quickly, and they can just jump on to the next game. But because I keep talking, I'm just slowing down the length of the next game, or the shortening the time period we have for the next game. And I just don't stop talking, so we're going to end here. I'm going to wish you all happy wargaming. Say happy wargaming.
Happy wargaming.
And we're going to go to the next game, where I don't know what I'm going to play. Alright, Vault members, the next game we decided is going to be Meeting Engagement. This is Davidwhite's first attempt at doing it, and he's going to be sticking with his Fyreslayers. I'm going to be doing Nighthaunt for the first time in Meeting Engagement, and we have a nice table set up as well. So we got this 4x4 set up for Meeting Engagement, and yes, I know it's 3x4, so what we're doing is, this will be the 3-foot side. We're just cutting 6 inches off of each side over here. We got Death's Paths as a scenario, so it is Hammer and Anvil still. But if you want to check out this Meeting Engagement, learn a little bit about the Fyreslayers and the Nighthaunt in Meeting Engagement, click on the link below and you can get yourself that 7-day free trial, and check out all the rest of our Age of Sigmar content as well. As always, everyone, see you next time, and happy wargaming.